everybody, this is John, and I'm going to do a little video for you real quick. I want to show you how I have figured out to make crab claws like used on this pattern right here very quickly and easily. I'm going to start with some hairline ultra chenille, standard size in tan. And I've got a sewing needle here in my vise. I've got the pointed end buried back here in the jaws so that I don't poke myself while I'm doing this process. And all I'm going to do is make a series of overhand knots. Now the thing about making these claws is anybody can tie an overhand knot, but the trick comes getting the distance between the knots where you want it. And that's where the needle comes in. You can use a dull sewing pin, whatever you want. You need to be able to slide it off of the end though. An old dull bodkin would work, buried in your vise. And all I'm going to do is wrap the chenille around there and tie an overhand knot. And for the claw end, I want to make sure the ends are even. If I can do that, there we go, get them even. And then I'm going to pinch it and pinch my thumb right against the needle where I want that knot to fall. And then I just slide it off of there, pull it tight, and give it a little cinch with my thumb. And all I've got to do is do a series of those. Now that's for the claw, and then this is going to be that second joint in the leg, and you can set it wherever you want. And you can see that this stuff slides. You can slide that knot up and down that length of that chenille fairly easily until you cinch it down, and then it's locked in place. So that's one claw, one half of the pair. Now I'm going to come down here, and this one I'm going to set the knot. Again, I set my length by grabbing it where I want along the length of the chenille, pinch it down onto the needle, and then cinch the knot, pull it tight on both ends, pop it off. And now the length is set. And I've got a little over an inch, inch and a quarter. You only need about a half an inch from that second joint to the middle where you're going to clip it before you put it on the fly. And I'm going to tie one of these crabs and show you how I tie that too. Now there's my joint. It's about 3/8 of an inch. I've got it set up against the needle with my thumb where I want it. Pull it snug and then tighten it up off of the needle. And then I'm just going to clip it to the length that I want the claws. And if you'll notice, I've got one claw longer than the other. And that's, if you looked at many crabs, you'll notice that one claw is always bigger than the other. And I'm not sure it makes a whole lot of difference to the fish, but it gives me a little bit more confidence when I'm fishing a fly if it matches the natural a little bit better. Now to get this point on the end, quick, easy, but you want to be careful. If you have any trouble with smoke or chemicals or anything like that with your lungs or your sinuses, don't do this inside, go outside. And I'm just going to take that lighter and tap it against the end of that. I'm not going to hold it in the flame, because if you do, the chenille will catch on fire. It burns fast and it melts, and if it gets on your skin, it is hot and it hurts. So just tap that flame against the end of that. Again, I'll do the other end. Just tap it on there. Don't hold it in the flame. Just tap it. Do this one. I've got another one that I had already tied up, and then I'm going to show you how I color them. Now, see, that one caught on fire and it burned pretty darn quick. Still usable, so did that one. Getting a little rambunctious burning those down. Now normally I just set a piece of paper on my table and use my red Sharpie. And I like the one with the fat chisel tip on it because it covers more space. I've got a card that had some material on it. I'm going to show you how I do this. Just hold that down there and take the Sharpie, brush it across there. It's a lot easier when I've laid it down on the table. Flip it over on the other side and brush it on there. And now your claws are colored red. That's a nice attractant for the fish, and it kind of acts as a trigger. And just about everybody I know likes to have red or orange on their crab claws when they're fishing them. And there you have it. That's how you make crab claws using Ultra Chenille. Quick, easy, and it's not $1 a pair buying them in the store. So tie some of these up, and we will do some crabs in the next video. Until then, peace, love, and flashy.